Hello, and welcome to this powerful and life-changing motivational lesson. Today, I want to share with you some of the most important principles I've learned in my life. Principles that completely transform my mindset, my success, and my future. If you truly understand these principles and apply them, your life will never be the same again. Most people struggle, fail, and live in regret simply because they don't know these simple truths. But today, I'm giving them to you. If you follow these principles, I promise you, your life will transform. You'll rise above struggles, negativity, and your own doubts. You'll become someone who inspires others, someone who achieves their dreams. So stay with me until the end, because this lesson might just be the most important thing you ever hear. Let's begin. Principle 1. Don't compare yourself to others. 95% of people fail because they constantly compare themselves to others. They look at someone else's success and feel bad about their own lives. They see someone driving an expensive car, flaunting wealth, or achieving recognition, and they start to feel inadequate. That's where they lose. Why? Because comparison weakens you. It destroys your confidence and makes you feel like a failure before you've even started. Here's something powerful. If someone is more successful than you, it's okay. If someone has more money, it's okay. If someone is ahead in life, it's okay. Your time will come. The only difference between you and them is timing. They started earlier or got an opportunity before you. But that doesn't mean they'll always stay ahead. If you work hard, you'll surpass them. So what should you do? Stop watching others and start focusing on yourself. If you must compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Are you improving? Are you working harder? Are you learning new things? That's the only competition that matters. Here's the key. If someone insults you or brags about their achievements, don't fight back. Smile, stay silent, and keep working. One day, years from now, you'll show them your Rolls Royce while they're still stuck with their Lamborghini. They'll talk, they'll boast, they'll try to bring you down, but you don't need to fight them. Fight yourself instead. Control your emotions, your anger, and your pain. Keep moving forward. The best revenge is success. Stay focused, and one day, they'll look at you and wonder, how did this happen? And you'll know it happened because you didn't waste time comparing yourself to others. From today, promise yourself, you will not compare yourself to others. You will only measure yourself against who you were yesterday. Principle 2. Nothing is impossible. Most people fail before they even try. Why? Because they believe the biggest lie. This is impossible. Let me tell you something. There's no such thing as impossible. It's just an illusion created by your mind. Think about this. For thousands of years, people believed it was physically impossible to run a mile in under 4 minutes. Scientists, doctors, and athletes all agreed it couldn't be done. Then, in 1954, one man changed everything. His name was Roger Bannister. He didn't listen to the skeptics. He trained his mind to believe it was possible. And then one day, he did it. He ran a mile in 3 minutes and 59 seconds. Just months later, other athletes also broke the 4-minute barrier. Why? Because suddenly, they believed it was possible. The lesson is simple. As long as no one has done something, the world says it's impossible. But the moment one person does it, everyone else realizes it's achievable. So, when someone tells you, this is impossible, you have two choices: believe them and stay small, or ignore them and make history. Which will you choose? Remember this. People said flying was impossible until the Wright brothers invented the airplane. They said talking across the world was impossible until the telephone was invented. They said landing on the moon was impossible until astronauts did it. The only limits that exist are the ones in your mind. So from today, whenever someone says, this is impossible, tell yourself, nothing is impossible. I just have to be the first one to do it. Principle 3. This is the right time. Most people spend their entire lives saying, I'll start tomorrow, or I'll wait for the right time. But guess what? There is no right time. You have two options in life: passion, working for your dreams, or distraction, wasting time and regretting it later. If you don't have a goal, find your passion. If you already know what you want, start working for it today. Think about this. Your illness can wake you up at 3 a.m., but your dreams can't. How many people do you know who are older now and say, I wish I'd followed my dreams. I wish I'd worked harder. I wish I hadn't listened to others. Time will pass whether you act or not. But what will you have to show for it? Regret? Regret for not giving your parents a better life. Regret for not giving your children a good education. When a doctor has an emergency, do they wait? No. Treat your life like an emergency. Every second you waste is a second you'll never get back. You have so much potential inside you, but potential means nothing if you don't use it. From today, promise yourself, I will not wait for the right time. I will not make excuses. I will start now because this is the right time. Principle 4, don't stop. If someone asks me what the secret to success is, I have only 2 words. Don't stop. That's it. That's the entire formula for success. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are in life, no matter how tough things get, just don't stop. Are you tired? Take a short break, but don't stop. Are you hungry? Eat something, but don't stop. Feeling sleepy? Rest for a bit, but don't stop. Because the moment you stop, the moment you give up, you lose everything. Success isn't about talent, intelligence, or luck. It's about persistence. The people who succeed in life aren't always the smartest or the most talented. They're simply the ones who refuse to quit. Think about it. How many times have you started something only to give up halfway? How often have you said, this is too hard, and walked away? How many times have you seen others succeed and thought, maybe I should quit? That's where most people fail. They start with excitement, energy, and motivation, but when things get tough, when success doesn't come quickly, they stop. And the moment they stop, they lose everything they worked for. Do you know how close you might be to success? You could be one step away, but if you stop now, you'll never know. Imagine a miner digging for gold. He digs and digs, but finds nothing. His hands are bleeding, he's exhausted, and one day he says, I give up. But what he doesn't realize is that if he had dug just one more meter, he would have struck gold. Most people quit when they're one step away from success. Look at time. Years have passed, and whether you succeed or not, time will keep moving. The question is, what will you do with the time you have left? If you stop now, if you give up, 5 years from today, you'll be in the same place with the same regrets. But if you keep pushing forward, your time will come. The people who laugh at you today, who doubt you, who think you'll never make it, they'll be the ones clapping for you tomorrow. So promise yourself this. No matter what happens, no matter how hard it gets, you will never stop. Success is waiting for you, and all you have to do is keep going. Principle 5, take risks. Life is full of risks, whether you like it or not. Every single day, you're already taking risks. Crossing the road is a risk. Trusting someone is a risk. Even eating food is a risk because you never know what's inside. But here's the truth. If you're already taking risks every day, why not take a risk for your dreams? Why are you afraid? Do you know what the biggest risk in life is? It's not taking any risks at all. If you never take a risk, you'll never grow, you'll never achieve anything great, and you'll stay exactly where you are. Some people spend their entire lives afraid to take risks, and you know what happens? Nothing. They stay in the same job they hate, in the same city they dislike, in the same routine, the same cycle, because they're afraid to take a chance. But let me tell you something. Problems will come and go no matter what you do. There will always be challenges. But if you're strong enough, if your mindset is strong, you'll find solutions. Most people sit around complaining about their problems, financial issues, relationship struggles, health concerns. They cry all day, thinking that complaining will change their situation. But here's the truth. Complaining will never change your life. If you have problems, stand up and face them. No successful person ever got there without taking risks. Steve Jobs took a risk when he started Apple in his garage. Elon Musk took a risk when he invested everything into Tesla and almost lost it all. J.K. Rowling took a risk when she kept writing Harry Potter after being rejected 12 times. And today, the world knows their names. Why? Because they weren't afraid to take risks. Taking a risk doesn't mean acting without thinking. Taking a risk means believing in yourself, even when no one else does. So let me ask you, what's stopping you from taking a risk? What's stopping you from starting your business, following your dreams? Is it fear of failure? Fear of what people will say? Let me tell you this. The people who laugh at you today will be silent tomorrow, but only if you take the risk. If you want to achieve something great in life, you have to step outside your comfort zone. Nothing extraordinary ever happens inside your comfort zone. Remember this. If you take a risk and fail, you'll learn. If you take a risk and succeed, you'll win. But if you never take a risk, you'll regret it forever. So what will you do? Will you sit in fear, or will you take the risk? Your future is waiting for you, and the only way to reach it is to be brave. Take the risk and never look back. Principle 6. Control your mind, control your life. Listen carefully. Your mind is either your greatest enemy or your most powerful ally. It all depends on how you control it. Most people in this world are slaves to their minds. Their mind tells them, you can't do it, and they believe it. You're too weak, and they accept it. You'll fail, and they give up. That's why 95% of people never achieve their dreams. But you're not weak. You only think you're weak because your mind is weak, and your weak mind is controlling your strong body. The moment you take control of your mind, you take control of your life. Let me give you an example. Imagine a wild horse. The horse is strong, powerful, and fast, but if no one controls it, it will run aimlessly, hit trees, fall down, and never reach anywhere. But if a skilled rider sits on that horse, controls it, directs it, and makes it follow a path, that same horse becomes a champion. Your mind is that horse. If you don't control it, it will lead you to failure, laziness, sadness, and depression. But if you learn to control your mind, you'll lead yourself to success, power, confidence, and an unstoppable life. So let me ask you, who's in control? You or your mind? When your mind says, I'm too tired to work, tell it to shut up and work anyway. When your mind says, I don't feel like waking up early, tell it to shut up and wake up anyway. When your mind says, I can't do this, tell it to shut up and watch you do it. Successful people don't do what they feel like doing. They do what needs to be done, whether they feel like it or not. So from today, be the master of your mind. Because if you can control your mind, you can control anything. Principle 7. Never expect anything from others. Let me share with you one of the biggest mistakes people make in life: expecting too much from others. This is why so many people end up disappointed, hurt, betrayed, or frustrated. You expect your friends to always support you, but they don't. You expect your family to understand your dreams, but they don't. You expect people to respect you, but they don't. And when those expectations aren't met, what happens? You feel sad, you cry, and you even think about giving up. Why does this happen? Because you're depending on others to fulfill your needs or validate your worth. But here's the truth. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to make your life better or make you rich. This is your life, and only you can change it. Successful people are different because they don't wait for anyone. They don't wait for motivation. They create it. They don't wait for help. They figure things out themselves. They don't wait for others to believe in them. They believe in themselves. If you keep expecting people to support you, you'll always be weak. Why? Because when they don't show up, you'll stop. But if you tell yourself, I don't need anyone, I'll make it on my own, then no one can stop you. If someone supports you, great. If they don't, even better, because now you'll prove them wrong. So from today, stop expecting. Just work, grind, and move forward. One day, the same people who ignored you will say, I always believed in you. But by then, you won't even care. Principle 8. Become dangerous. When I say become dangerous, I don't mean becoming violent or hurting others. I mean becoming so powerful, so confident, and so unstoppable that people think twice before underestimating you. Weak people are ignored. No one listens to a weak person, respects a weak person, or follows a weak person. But a strong person? A strong person changes everything. A strong person walks into a room, and people feel their presence. A strong person doesn't beg for respect, they command it. A strong person doesn't wait for opportunities, they create them. And guess what? You have the power to become that person. But to do that, you need to stop being soft. Some of you are too emotional. Someone says something hurtful, and you cry. Someone doesn't support you, and you lose confidence. Someone insults you, and you feel like giving up. But here's the truth. No one cares. The world isn't fair, people aren't fair, and life isn't fair. But you have to be stronger than all of it. You need to become the kind of person who doesn't break, who doesn't get affected, and who doesn't care what others say. People should look at you and think, no matter what we do, this person never stops. This person is unbreakable. When you become that person, you become powerful. And when you become powerful, everything in life changes. You'll achieve more, succeed faster, and become someone people admire. So from today, stop being soft. Stop being weak. Stop breaking down over small things. Become so strong, so focused, and so determined that nothing and no one can shake you. Because powerful people rule the world, and you were born to be powerful. Principle 9. Be unstoppable. Many people think strength is the key to success, but strength alone isn't enough. There's something far more powerful than being strong. Being unstoppable. A strong person can lift heavy weights, work hard, and fight through difficulties, but strength has its limits. Even strong people get tired. Even strong people fall. But an unstoppable person, they don't stop for anything. If they get tired, they keep moving. If they fall, they stand up again. If they fail, they try again. Nothing can break them. Nothing can stop them. They move forward no matter what. Let me tell you about Thomas Edison. He failed 10,000 times while trying to create the light bulb. Think about that. Most people give up after one failure. Some might try 2 or 3 times, but 10,000 times? When someone asked him how he felt after failing so many times, he said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." And because of his persistence, today, when you turn on a light, you're using his invention. If he had given up, the world would still be in darkness. Now think about your own life. Maybe you failed. Maybe people have laughed at you. Maybe you've tried and failed 10 times, 20 times, or even 100 times. But ask yourself, have you really failed as much as Edison? No. So why are you stopping? If your dream is big, your patience must be bigger. There will be obstacles, pain, and failure. But if you're unstoppable, none of it will matter. So from today, don't just be strong, be unstoppable. Principle 10. The world respects results, not efforts. This world doesn't care how hard you try. It only cares about one thing, what you achieve. People say, "I worked so hard, but no one appreciates me." Of course they don't, because effort is invisible. Results are visible. If a student studies 12 hours a day, but still fails the exam, does the teacher reward them? No, because the world only respects the one who passes. If a boxer trains every day, but loses the fight, does he get the championship belt? No, because the world only respects the one who wins. This may sound harsh, but it's the truth. And if you understand this, your life will change. Right now, some of you are working hard, trying, and struggling. But ask yourself, where are the results? If there are no results, you need to change something. Maybe you need to change your strategy. Maybe you need to learn new skills. Maybe you need to work smarter, not just harder. Because in the end, effort alone won't make you successful. Only results will. So don't just work hard. Work in a way that gives you results. Once you have results, the same people who ignored you will start respecting you. Final message. Become the person you once admired. Think back to when you were a child. There was someone you admired, a superhero, a famous person, your parent, a teacher, or an elder. When you saw them, you thought, one day, I want to be like them. But then life happened. You grew up. People told you to be realistic. Society made you feel small. Your dreams started to fade. But listen to me. That child inside you is still alive. That child is waiting. That child is still hoping. That child still believes that one day, you'll become the person you once admired. So, do you kill that child's dream? Do you tell that child, I gave up? Or do you stand up, fight, and become the person you were always meant to be? Because the truth is, you have that power. The person you admired wasn't special. They were human, just like you. The only difference is they chose to become great. Now it's your turn. Be someone your younger self will be proud of. Be someone your future self will thank. Be someone that people look at and say, this person didn't just live, They changed the game. You've heard everything. You've learned everything. Now, there's only one thing left to do. Take action. Motivation is useless if you don't act. Knowledge is useless if you don't use it. Dreams are useless if you don't chase them. So stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop making excuses. This is your life. This is your moment. This is your time. Go out there, prove them wrong, and become legendary.